Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new video. So it has been a while since you guys have heard from me, and that's really because I haven't had many video ideas. I just didn't know what to talk about in the off season. There's not been much going on. I have, however, been putting up some shorts. I hope you guys have been enjoying them. They seem to be doing pretty well. So if you enjoy them, I hope you do. I've had some fun making them. You also can see my map over there fell off the wall last night. It almost gave me a heart attack. It was so loud. But anyway, my decorations behind me are now half of what they used to be. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here today to talk about the best rookie seasons in Call of Duty history. Now, Cold War was kind of like the year of the rookie. There was Insight, Standy, Hydra, Neptune, all kinds of good rookies in Cold War. And I thought, let's look back and let's think about some of the rookies we've seen throughout the entire course of Call of Duty's history and think about who had the best rookie seasons. Now, I will say, I shouldn't have said all of Call of Duty history because it is not quite all of COD history. It is from Black Ops 2 and onward. And the main reason for that is because it's kind of a little bit dicey back in the day, like Black Ops 1, NW3, those days. What was really somebody's rookie game. There weren't that many events. Some of the events were weird. I wasn't sure what all to count for back in those days. So people like Scump, Clayster, Crimsix, Aches, those guys from back then will not be here. It will be Black Ops 2 and onward only. All right, so really quick, we have 5 honorable mentions. First up, we have Kenny. Now, I'm not counting World War II for his rookie year because he did go to 3 lands in Advanced Warfare. He did get top 6 at one of those events, and that was back in the day where a top 8 placement kind of considered you a pro. So he was not counted for this, but if you did count World War II, I would have him in the top 3. So it just depends what you consider a true rookie. We also have Hook from AW. He was like, what, 14, 15 years old. He was probably a top 5 player in that game. He was phenomenal, so definitely want to give a shout out to him. We have Illy from Modern Warfare. I think they won 3 homestands and 1 ring. He was a top player for that game, so 4 out of, what, 13 championships in that game. Very good player. Got to give him a shout out. Also, Black Ops 4 Abizi. Now, I didn't count World War II for him because he didn't really have any top placements. It was not that many events. He was like top 64, top 32, so didn't count that. But in Black Ops 4, probably a top 5-ish player in that game. He won 2 events. One of them was champ, so gotta give him a shout out for sure. And then Insight from Cold War. I think he was a top 5, 6 player at worst in this game. He had a championship win. He had nothing but top 3 placements for the whole year, so super impressive from him. He deserves a mention. He was almost my number 5. I think somebody edged him out. Now let's get into that top 5 and let's talk about it. Starting off at number 5, we have Gunless from Infinite Warfare. And like I said, I can definitely see an argument for Insight over him. I think Insight over the course of the year had the better consistency, especially with his placements. However, I went with Gunless because of his individual peak, because towards the beginning of Infinite Warfare, Gunless was the best player in the game, and that's a game that included Formula, included Scump, included Octane, Arcity, Slasher, all those guys. He was the best player in the game. That says a lot because that's very good competition, and he was phenomenal as an individual. They were able to shock everybody with their win at CWL Atlanta, won that United team. They also got second at Dallas, and then from there he was sort of hovering in that top 6 range with EU, and then he went to FaZe, sort of top 5, 6 the rest of the year. But like I said, the placements, you can give the edge to Insight for sure, but that individual just pop-off potential, I mean, versatile player. You can't really find somebody much more versatile than Infinite Warfare Gunless. He could use whatever gun he wanted to use, whatever gun he had to use for his team. He would use it well. He had pop-off potential. I mean, he could slay out of his mind in that game. So awesome, awesome player. Very high individual peak. And for that reason, I give Gunless the slight edge over Insight for the number 5 spot. At number 4, we have Miracles from Black Ops 2. One of my favorite players of all time. I mean, Miracles at that time was just a very individual, like unique individual talent. He was very aggressive on the map. He was kind of like their entry guy, like an Abizi, but also their route man, like an Asum or whoever else you want to talk about. I mean, he'd run the flags and capture the flag. He could do pretty much everything they asked of him. I mean, he went to his first ever LAN event, I'm pretty sure, at UMG Chicago that year. He got top 8. Then he joined Farico and won the next 4 LANs he went to. I mean, just think about that. Like, truly a rookie. Like, there wasn't any amateur open bracket tournaments for him. It was like, you are a true rookie, and you're going to win your 2nd through 5th, all of them, those events in your career with minimal experience. I mean, just an insane year from him. Super good individual player. There for a while in the beginning part of that year, he was right up there with the best players in the game, like a Parasite, a Karma. Krim wasn't as good, in the beginning. Then he got towards the end. But Scump, Clayster, all those guys, he was right there. He was phenomenal. He also had, another top 2 placement. He got 2nd, and then he had 2 more 3rd place finishes over the course of Black Ops 2. So the team success certainly was there. I mean, he won champs as a rookie. He won 4 events. He had a couple other top 3s, another top 2. So awesome year for Miracles. Like I said, one of my favorite players ever, but I think he definitely deserves a shout out here because his rookie year was great in Black Ops 2. I have him at number 4. At number 3, we have Formal from Ghost, and this is one of my favorite rookie years to talk about because it seems to fly under the radar a lot, but it was a remarkable, just insane season from him to start his career. He started the year, I'm not even sure who he started teaming with. I know he was playing with Enable at some point. They both came over from Halo at the same time. They were playing together. He went on a TK, and he was clearly like the best player on that team. He was standing out so much, but didn't really have a whole lot of help. They didn't really have good placements. He eventually found his way over to Team Envious, where he did win 2 events throughout the, towards the end of Ghosts, and also got second place at Dallas as well. So the placements came towards the latter half of the year, but to start the year, he was still very good as an individual. And then by the end of the year, he had a strong argument as the best player in the game. And that says a lot because, like I said, he came over from Halo. He was not a Call of Duty player, and he comes over, and by the end of the year, he's already, arguably the best player in the game at the time. Of course, over the course of the year, he wasn't the best player. You have Crimsix, Scump, Aches, guys like that. But down the stretch, towards the end, he was certainly playing like the best player in the world. And it's just crazy to me to think about how he had so much individual success so early into his career. It just speaks to his talent as a gamer, his talent as his shot. We all know how great his shot is. Just all of that stuff. It's just crazy to think about how, he went on the jetpacks, and that's where he really made his name in Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare. But even in Ghosts, he was that good. And that wasn't a game like Halo with, the advanced movement. That kind of helped him out in the jetpacks games. That really wasn't the case in Ghosts. He just got by on raw skill. What else can you say? Accomplished. He won 2 events, got another second place, so he has the accomplishments. He had the individual performances. All in all, I think Formal had a great rookie year. I have him coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Simp from Black Ops 4, and the usual disclaimer, whenever you talk about Black Ops 4 Simp, you kind of have to say, if he had played the whole season, he might be higher. That's probably the case here. He'd probably be number 1. But he didn't play the whole year, but still, his accomplishments were awesome from that year. His first event, they got second. His second event, they got top 6. And then they won his last 2 events, staged the playoffs that year and champ. So 4 events, 2 wins, a second place. And his stats were off the charts in this game. It's just crazy to think about. He had like a 1.5 search and restore KD, something crazy like that. I think his lowest KD at any of his 4 events was like a 1.17 or something. He was averaging like a 1.34 for the year, and that's using a SOG. I know SOG got good when it got hit scan, but still, using an SMG with those just absurd numbers. In Search, we all know how good of a sniper he was. The best sniper in that game, probably the best sniper we've ever seen. It's definitely up there, maybe Nagafen from Black Ops 3 or something, but certainly up there. All of that stuff, Simp was just phenomenal in Black Ops 4. Like I said, if he had played the whole year, he might be number 1. He probably would be, assuming he had the same success. He only really missed a couple of events, but still, awesome year from him. I think Black Ops 4 Simp, in my opinion, I always say he's one of the highest peaks in Call of Duty history. I say he was definitely the best player from that game. Some people say he's not because he didn't play the whole year. But to me, that didn't really matter because you could see when he was playing, he was clearly the best player, and you got to think it was as a rookie. So, all of that added up. Number 2 for me, could definitely see him being number 1. I have him number 2, but certainly an awesome rookie year from Simp, and it was really a sign of things to come because he has not slowed down since then. Coming in at number 1, we have Shotzzy from Modern Warfare. You probably could have done the deductive reasoning by now and came to Shotzzy, but I think I have him with the edge over Simp, just barely. Again, they could go either way. I give it to Shotzzy because he did play the whole year, and he didn't have a great start to his career. People might forget, some people don't forget. He was struggling to start his year. They were not having much team success, especially on LAN. They were great online. We remember all those memes. Went to LAN, weren't having much success. They eventually got going, and then, they won a couple LANs, then it moved back to online, and they kept winning there. But towards the end of the year is when Shotzzy really took over. I think by the end of the year, he was definitely the best SMG, probably player in the game. Towards the beginning, he definitely wasn't. The middle, he started getting going. But by the end, I think he was definitely, considered the best player in the game. He was the MVP for the season, so of course that has to hold a lot of credit. They also won champs that year. He played great at champs, and you could just sort of see he had the skill. He just wasn't quite putting it all together yet early in the season, and then he kept building on those skills. He kept learning how to play Call of Duty. Remember, he came over from Halo, so he kept learning the game. Learning from Clay and Crim, of course, helped him a lot. And then by the end of the year, his skill, his knowledge, all of it came together. He was just very final form by the end of Modern Warfare. Awesome player. Some don't call him the best in the game for the whole year. Some do. But he did win MVP. His team did win champs. They had the most event wins from the season. So all of that adds up to Shotzzy being my number 1. I think if you are the best player from the most successful team from the entire season, you kind of have to be number 1. And that's why I have him here. And it's just crazy to think how it all happened when he was a rookie and brand new to the Call of Duty scene. So Shotzzy, my number 1. I really can't see him below number 2, depending what your criteria is. But definitely, an awesome rookie year from him. So that's going to do it for the video. If you enjoyed, let me know by leaving a like down below, and definitely leave a comment as well with your thoughts on the top rookie seasons in Call of Duty history. And also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from me in the future. I do appreciate all of your support on my videos so very much. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day today, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.